Okay. So as we have discussed something about function before summer vacation, I'll be continuing now from that portion. Okay. So now first of all, we'll understand how to do any question, that means program, by using a function, by using a non-argumented function. By using a non-argumented function. So there are few things that you have to remember. And now I'll be telling you super easy way of doing any question program by using non-argumented function. But main thing is argumented function that we will be discussing afterwards. Okay. So how to do any question program by using a non-argumented function. There are few steps. Give any name to function which reflects the actual question. Say largest, smallest. Example, suppose I want to find smallest, then smallest, name, largest, sorting, max, anything you can give, sum, add, sub, any user friendly name you can give to your function. First thing, I hope it is understood. There is no problem in that case. Second, put def keyword before the chosen name. I am teaching you now in a very simplest manner. Put def keyword. Def stands for define. Def keyword before the chosen name of function. Def means defining. Defining means creation. Creating a function. You have to put a def keyword before the chosen name. Okay. Third thing, put empty round brackets. That means parenthesis. The technical name is parenthesis after the name of function. And then put colon. Okay. So def, after that give one space, at least one space should be there. Then the name of function, whichever question you want to do. And after that empty parenthesis, empty round brackets, and then a colon. And then a colon. Fine. And next, now all the statements will be within the block, within the named block, because function is a named block. Within the function, with proper indentation. With proper indentation. That means with proper space. We know that indentation will come automatically by the Python IDE. IDLE. IDLE. Okay. And next thing, you have to write entire logic of program to be done inside the function only. Inside the function only. And the last thing, if you want to return the result from the user defined function, then use return keyword followed by the value to be returned. You'll understand this thing. Okay, these are 6 important points. These are 6 important points about the function. There's one more function, sorry, one more point, last point. If we do not return anything from a function, then by default it returns none, empty, because we know if we are not returning anything from function, it will return none. Okay, just let me give the example so that you can understand it properly. Write a program. This is question number 1. First we will do simple question to understand. Write a program to find sum of two numbers by using a function. Now always remember, there is nothing given in this question that the function will accept the argument or will not accept the argument, return or will not return. It's up to you now. When such kind of restrictions are not put in examination, then you are free to choose. You are free to choose any method. If explicitly it is given that the function will be argumented and will return, then we have to make accordingly. Fine. So in this question, we will be using non-argumented function and all the code will be written inside the sum function. Importance of function we all know. So step number 1, def keyword followed by the name of function. Suppose let me write add. You can put underscore symbol also. It's up to you. You can put underscore symbol. As you have given the name to variables used in program, you can use same thing for function name. I'm just writing add, simple. And then empty brackets, colon. Def add empty brackets and colon. Now, since I'm writing in Notepad, it will not give indentation. But when you write in idle window, that is your Python idle script mode, then it will be providing automatically the indentation. So here I'll be using tab. No problem. I'm just using tab. ठीक है, कोई problem नहीं है. I'll be using tab for this. Now, how to add two numbers? As I said, you have to write entire logic of the question, within the function itself, That means same thing. A equals to int input and then enter number 1 \n. Then again, let me copy it. B equals to int enter number 2. It's fine. How to find the sum of s equals to a plus b, any variable? I'm not returning it. Print sum is comma s. Fine. That's it. First understand this, then I'll let you know how to return the result from the function. Now this function is finished. This is just definition creation. Function will not be called automatically. That means someone has to call the function. Now you all know how to call a function. You all have used print function, the name of function followed by parenthesis and the value which the function accept. Like input function, name of function followed by parenthesis, the value which the function accept you have to pass. So same way, since we know this function is not accepting anything, so its syntax of calling will be name followed by bracket. Name followed by bracket. Let me write here print program execution starts now. Program execution starts now. Now, after this, program execution ends now. That means what will happen? Do remember, your program will start executing from this line. It will execute and print a message on screen. Fine. After this, this function will be called. That means you want to call a user defined function. So user defined function, wherever its working is written, it will go there. Wherever its working is written, it will go there. It's simply like when you press a button, Upon pressing a button, the current goes to that device which is connected with the button. Same manner, add function, when you call this function, the control of program will go from here to this line, will go from here to this line. Just let me write this code on that screen so that you will be able to understand. Just wait for a while. I'll just brief this so that you all will understand more properly. Let me start this. Just a minute. I'm just sharing this screen with you. I hope it is visible. Now this was the function that we have created. From this line, program will start from this line. Dekho. From this line, program will start. This line. Program will start execution. Okay. Program will execute. That means this message will be printed. After this, this function gets executed. This function will be executed. Since the working of the function is written here only, so control will go. Control will go where? This will go like that. It will go to the function wherever it is written. It is same as like current is going to the device. Current is going to the device wherever device is placed. It's just like a switch. It is just like a switch. Switch ko turn on kiya. After turning on, this current is going. Current is going. It will reach to the device. Device is matched. Okay, fine. Current is going. Now current is passed to the device. Device has found the current. Now it will start working. That means now it will go inside. This line will execute. Execute. That means it will ask you to enter in number 1. Then number 2. It will find the sum. And then result will be printed. The work is finished. The work is finished. This device work is finished. So now it will send the control back to. It will send the control back to. That means you have simply, suppose you just assume कि आपने button बंद कर दिया. You have switch off the button. Fine. So after switching off, the control will automatically transfer. Control will automatically transfer to next line. Value will be returned to this. This function is executed. Control. This is control transferred. Control will be transferred to the next line. But if some value you want to store, I will let you know by using some program. Then you will be able to understand. This line is executed because from here control has reached finally in this. So now after executing this successfully, next line will be executed. This line will be executed now. This line will be executed. Fine. After this program will terminate. After this program will terminate. Okay. Now let me show you by using that website, this same diagram. You all will be understand very crystal clearly without any problem. Okay. Just wait for a while. I'm just sharing that website. Let me copy this program. Once this program will be understood by everyone, you will be able to make any program, any of the program. This is the website. I've shared this with you. You have to select here, write code in Python 3.6. 3.6 only. Fine. Let me copy this program. Copied. I hope it is visible to everyone. If it is not, then I'll be zooming it. Fine. Now I am zooming it. Okay. Now it is visible to everyone. The diagram which I have discussed, you will see same thing. You will see same thing in this website also. Now let me scroll. You will see one option here, visualize execution. Click on this option, visualize execution. Visualize means you have to see how internally working is going on, how the working is going for this program. I've clicked on indentation error. Oh, sorry. Fine. S equals to A plus B was the properly. Okay. Just see. Now you will see two things here. This is your program. You see the cursor is at the starting of this line. This will not execute, only the creation. That means the program will know that this name is created. The name will be created, but it will not execute. Only defining is done. That means, of course, our program will start from this, but execution of program will start from line number 7. execution, actual execution will start from this. Only one name is created so that program can know, yes, this name is created, I can call this, I can call this, I can use this. Okay. Now you are seeing here buttons next, previous. That means you want to execute one line, then next button you have to execute. And here in the rightmost part, you will see the output. You will see the output, that which output you are generating. Here frames means the names which you are using in your program. The global names which you are using in your program, all will be created in this. Okay, let me execute this. Next. See here, one name is created. One name is created, add, and it is attached by using arrow. You can see it is, this name is linked. This name is linked with this function. It is same as like you have placed your fan in your room and you have attached the wire with the switch, just attachment, without passing the current. That means without actual power supply, your device will not start working. Okay, so we have attached this. The name is attached with the function calling body. You just see this arrow is now at line number 7. What is the meaning of this green color, blurred green color line that just executed, which is just executed? Fine. Now you can see simply here the function is starting from this line. Now let me click on next option. You will see output. Program execution starts now. It's understood that this line has executed. Program execution starts now. It is just for understanding. Now cursor has moved to line number 8. Once this line number 8 is a user defined function, of course it will go to line number 1 to execute it. To execute, because this name is bound with the line number 1. Let me click on next. You will see the same thing. I hope it is understood. I hope it is understood. The name add is joined here. Add is on global frame. The cursor has moved to the line number 1. It will one by one execute. Click on next. Line number 2. Just see enter number 1. Enter number 1. I am just writing 10. Sorry, 10. Submit. You just see here, one variable is created and the value 10 is stored in it. Internally, you can see everything. Enter number 1, 10. Variable is created, attached with the value 10. I hope it is understood. Now, line number 3, enter number 2. Suppose let me enter 20. See next. One more variable gets created and value 20 is associated with this name. Value 20 is associated with this name. Fine. Now let me click next. That means S1, one more variable S will be created. It will fetch the value of A and B, that is 10, 20, and will store in S. One more variable gets created S and 30 is stored, which is the result of A and B. I hope it is understood. Now next line, line number 5. Let me execute this. Sum is 30. Return value none. Are you able to see? Which I said, if you will not mention anything, if you will not return anything from the function, you will see return none. That means kuch bhi nahi, blank. It is not returning anything to you. It is not returning anything to you. Fine. Now see, cursor has just reached after line 5, just slightly just after the line number 5. That means this is fine. Now if you click on next, you will see where the cursor will move. Line number 9 and line just executed 8. Now everything is removed from here because this is finished. This is finished. Everything will be removed from the screen. Line number 9 will be executed. I will click on next. Program execution ends now. I hope this is the method which I have discussed is understood by everyone. Okay, fine. This is done. I'm just editing this code. I want to find, suppose I want to find simple interest. Now I want to find simple interest by using function, and which is non-argumented function. Non-argumented function, I want to find simple interest. So same thing, def keyword, name of function. Suppose let me write simple int. Simple int is the name of function. It is not accepting any argument. All the code which is required to find simple interest, you will write here. Let me take one variable p equals to int, or float you can take. It's up to you. Int input, enter the principal amount, enter the principal amount. Okay. Next thing, let me copy this. R, enter the rate of interest. You all know formula is P into R into T by 100. Rate of, I am just telling you function is very easy. Function is super easy. There is nothing in function. So within this week, within this month, we will be able to complete this whole function. Enter the time period. I am taking everything in interest. You can take in float also. As you know, rate of interest can be in float also, like 4.5%, 6.7%. It's better to take in float. Okay. Time period is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Principal is that. Formula SI equals to P into R into T divided by 100. Now print. I'm not returning anything. I will let you know how to return. What is the meaning of return? That is also super easy. Everything is super easy. Simple interest is comma SI. Now some people may find in this manner, like few students write the formula directly. Few students are writing the formula directly in this manner. It's their wish. They can write the formula directly over here. कोई problem नहीं है बेटा. You can write the direct formula. It's up to you. If you want to do in 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, that is your headache. Nobody is forcing you in this subject. You can choose your own method. Fine. I'm just writing it for your sake. Okay. Fine. I'm not giving any space now. Program execution starts here. Starts now. Now, since I've used simple int name, so I will not use add. Do remember, if you now call add function, it will give error. Why error? Because program is not knowing. This program is not knowing where is add. This program is not knowing where is add. Add hai hi nahi wahan par. So that means simple int. So call simple int. Fine. Now it will work same. In same manner it will work. Let me visualize it. Visualize execution. This code is understood by everyone because we have done this code. Name will be created. You just see one name is created globally. Globally means everybody can use this in entire program, and it is bind with the simple int function. Line number 7, cursor has just moved on. Next, program execution starts here. This line is printed. Next, simple int gets called. That means it will go there wherever the working is written. Fine. Now one by one, each line will be executed. Next, it is asking for simple interest. Let me write 10,000 rupees. Submit. Okay. Enter the principal amount 10,000. Next line is executed. Enter the rate of interest. Let me write 4.5. Submit. Okay. Rate of interest is 4.5. Next line. Enter the time period. Suppose 3 years. Submit. Okay. Just see 3 things are created. P 10,000 rupees. R is pointing to 4.5. Float value T is pointing to 3 years integer value. This formula will calculate and result will be manipulated and stored in SI variable. Next, see this calculation is done and it is storing 1350 rupees, 1350 rupees out of these answer. Now line number 6 will execute. Answer gets printed. Simple interest is 1350.0. After this, cursor has just reached after the line number 6. That means it will move to line number 9 and line 8 will be finished. Say this, line 8 that just executed. Line number 9, program execution ends here. Program execution ends here. Simple, very simple. I'm telling you, it's so simple. By using function, you can do anything. By using function, you can do anything. Okay. Just last example I will write. One more example. One last example so that you can understand. Let me find smallest from 2 number. Smallest underscore 2. I'm just writing smallest underscore 2. It's better. Smallest underscore 2. Now how to find smallest number from 2 values? You all know we will be using if else. We will be using if else to find smallest from 2 number. Let me write A equals to int input. Enter number 1. Simple, very simple. Enter number 1, \n. Then I will copy this line quickly. Enter number 2. Now you all know how to find smallest. If A is less than B, then min equals to A. else min equals to b. If a less than b, you can put brackets, round brackets, or you can avoid. There is no compulsion. Min, I am taking one variable a, else min equals to b. That means after entering two numbers, your program will go to any one, either if or else, either if or else, and then cursor will move to line number 8. Now you will visualize this program in very simple manner, that what is actually happening in if else also. Smallest value is min. Smallest value is min. Now I will not write simple int. I will write smallest, because the name which I have used is smallest underscore 2. Smallest underscore 2. Fine. Simple question, simple program. You all know. Let me visualize it. Again, next, one name is created, smallest underscore 2 attached with the function. Program execution starts now. This line has just executed. Line number 10 will execute. That means cursor will go to line number 1 wherever the function is written. Okay. You just see name is written here. It is going to the actual storage wherever the code is written. Now one by one. A equals to int input, enter number 1. I'm just entering 12. Fine. Now next line, enter number 2. Let me write 3. Submit. Now see this if else also. Now you will realize and visualize in very proper manner. You have to substitute these two values, 12 less than 3. 12 less than 3 is false. That means this cursor will go directly to line number 6. See here, 12 less than 3 is not false. It is not true. That means it is false. I will click on next. Condition is tested directly inside the else block. Directly inside the else block, min equals to b. This will be executed. Min will be storing 3. Same result. Line number 8 is executed. Smallest value is 3. After that, next. Smallest value is 3 is printed. Line number 11. Program execution ends now. I hope it is understood by everyone.